the person that recorded him saying that and put it on whatever it was back then, the forums or whatever the hell they were doing, was him. It was Z.
He's actually got that completely wrong. Oh, bro, does he think I'm someone different? Bro, he thinks I'm this guy.
And to not give people a second chance, I'm sure he was just busy that round. Oh, what? Who's that? It's Spawn. Oh, is it Moo Moo? Oh, I believe it is.
I think he thinks I'm cool criminal. First of all, this is hilarious because he's got the completely wrong person.
The whole thing where, you know, hey, let me clutch.
Oh man. If you're gonna do a 45-minute video insulting someone, at least get the origins and the facts right. Succeed, but it's not going to with such a toxic community. That was the last. GGZII just never gives anybody any respect. He never interacts with them kindly. He never gives them their fair chance of discussion. He's just so toxic. I've never watched his content and I've never spoke to him and I've never interacted with him. Can you stop giving me your opinion? Get away from me. Shut up. Let me just wave you away like you're a dog. Is this guy not seeing what he looks like? She came in there to give her a fair opinion of, if you don't like him, mate, stop talking about him, and you shooed her away. Talk about respect. Maybe focus on your own relationships, mate.
He's been around for a long time. You wouldn't know it from, you know, because his channel is kind of small still.
So we are 32 seconds into the video, and this is dig number 1. We can already sort of tell where this video is going. Z has been around for a long time, but his channel is relatively small. This is factual information. Yes, my channel is very small. I do not attach my worth as a person to my social numbers. Mentioning the number just seems, from the get-go, he's just interested in trying to shit on me.
Commenting out about the Southpark. It was the Southpark tweet. That was the last thing, you know. That was the thing they needed to ban him. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten rid of him a long time ago, but they needed him to cross the line, which he totally did. And, you know, he's not showing that tweet.
So there's also people online that just cannot accept that somebody holds an opinion and is sticking to it. What they want you to do is they want you to delete the tweet, apologize, because then they feel some sort of power. Hey, we got him to delete the tweet. Like I say it proudly, mate. I don't think video games cause violence, and I do not think South Park has caused trans people to be murdered in the streets because of the video game South Park. I'm not pretending I never said that thing. Some people want you to be silent, cancel yourself, but you also have to stand up for your beliefs. I don't think video games cause violence, and if that is the reason I've been banned, then I absolutely wholeheartedly accept the ban, because that is my opinion. So you forgot to message them. Have a great day, by the way. Have a great day, but I'm also trying to get you in trouble. So a developer reached out to me, and Starspawn is saying, yeah, that's just a courtesy. The point that he keeps missing is, would they keep reaching out unprompted to speak to me if they really thought I was an awful harasser? That's the point. Yes, they do keep reaching out. Yes, it is a courtesy from them. But you wouldn't give people a courtesy if they were awful people, would you?
The reason they're not being critiqued by bigger content creators is because bigger content creators understand that they are not game developers. Okay? They understand that there's professional people that do that job.
Oh, this is really, really high horse. I see where he's going. I think he's upset that I'm critiquing the game. And he is of the opinion that the only people that can critique the game are game developers because they've done it. It's kind of like in sports, where the notion that you can only be a pundit if you've played the game. I ask you this. Jose Mourinho hasn't played football before. He's one of the greatest coaches to ever live. Does he not understand football? Thorin doesn't really play much Counter-Strike. He has researched years and years and years and decades of gameplay, strategy. Is he not allowed to give his opinion on Counter-Strike? So this is where his argument is falling down. He seems to be of the notion that if you've never worked in the field, you cannot have an opinion. But he's also of the notion that everybody is allowed an opinion. So the very confusing points that he's trying to make. Yes, I agree. I do not know the single single element of what it takes to make a video game, nor the difficulty of it. But what I do know is I do know that I've put hundreds of thousands of hours into this franchise, and there are a few things that I can let my audience know or let the developers know about.
Just because you personally don't believe that something that you said or did was harassment, just like you can honestly believe that yourself, that does not make that a fact.
Absolutely,
Okay?
I agree.
If someone else feels like they're being harassed, then it's harassment. And because you don't feel that the way you said it is a harassment, it doesn't mean that that's the reality.
It's a very important point he makes here. He makes the point that just because you think it's not harassment, somebody else may actually deem it to be harassment, and it's within their right to say, listen, I'm not comfortable with that. Can you stop? 100% agree. Absolutely, that's a huge, huge life lesson. That's hugely important. But there's a distinction. Just because you think it's okay and the other person thinks it's not okay, doesn't automatically make the person that thinks it's not okay right. Otherwise, you could end up in this scenario. This is where it gets difficult, because following your own guidelines, you just said that anybody that feels it's harassment makes it harassment. So today, you just posted a video out of the blue without asking me, spending 45 minutes talking about me. Now, I feel that's harassment. So does that make it harassment? According to your own principles, it does. And now, according to your own principles, because you've harassed me, you should be banned. Now, do you see why it's important to make distinctions? Another example. Say you're in the workplace and you say to, I don't know, some woman, hey, Janet, do you mind if I make you a cup of coffee? And she says, whoa, that's harassment. And you say, no, it's not. I didn't mean it in that way. I'm sorry if you felt it was harassment, but it wasn't. And then she said, no, I feel it's harassment, therefore it is. And now you're being fired. And that's why I encouraged you and others to look through my videos to make up your own mind. That was my point. And that's the whole point you seem to have missed was, yeah, I can't deem it. You're correct. I can't judge whether it was or not. So maybe the community should have a look and judge. That's all I was saying. And you just seem to have hugely missed that point, and instead have spent the entire video laughing at me, poking fun at my numbers, trying to do these little jabs about past dramas that aren't even about me, and it just comes across as a very bitter, sad video. This guy sat defending Moo Milk, accusing the wrong guy, and to top it all off, Moo Milk is the one that physically threatened me, and he's sat there defending him. All I've ever said to Moo Milk, shall we bring it up? Yep, here we go. Here's a live counterpoint. So, a while ago, Moo Milk asked, basically, why do people still hate me? And I said, here's my honest take, mate. People are probably salty that your brand is strong, and people hate to see others doing well in Gears of War. Some are mad because they haven't forgotten past things like sitting in spawn and spoiling games. Some might just be jealous. Now it makes sense why he tried to physically threaten me, because he thinks I'm the guy that outed him, and so does his friend. This guy's made a 45-minute reaction video on the wrong person, and I'm gonna have to sit here and take this seriously.
I didn't know who he was really until all this stuff started. You know, there was a time when he had blocked me on Twitter for a little bit.
Okay, very contradictory statements. Z's been around for a long time, and I don't know who Z is, and he's blocked me on Twitter. So this is telling me from your own voice that basically you've never watched any of my content, and you're probably forming a uninformed opinion about me if you've, as you say, never seen my content. Number two, yeah, I block people all the time on Twitter because I find that a lot of people follow me, and all they want to do is follow me to do these sly digs, kind of like the sly dig you did there about my numbers.
I was in Z's chat room on Twitch, really.
Oh, so he's talking to somebody right now. Sounds like this is live, and somebody just said I was in Z's chat room on Twitch, which is odd because I haven't been live for more than a month. So I'm not sure who that user is, but seems wrong, but okay.
If you guys know who Moo Milk is, right? Moo Milk's...
Oh, Okay.
He already has it out for Moo Moo Milk. Like, he already has a personal thing with him. And of course, he brings that up in this video. Not that, but some other shit. But just for some context.
Previously worked with, either with the coalition spoke amicably with, or he's laughed already. Not sure what he's laughing at when I'm literally just stating factual information. I have reached out with people I've worked with. These are the people that will make videos about me saying, oh, Z is very toxic. And here they are giving out incorrect information whilst live to a group of people who will then come onto my channel, come into my DMs and shit on me. So like, the best thing you can do is pull up a ton of examples and say, here are areas where he absolutely harassed the shit out of TC. My discussion is, I feel they were wrong in their judgment, because I don't feel it was harassment. Therefore, if you want to go and prove me right or wrong, have a look through all of my videos and form your own opinion. And if the vast majority say, actually, I can see where TC were coming from, then case solved, isn't it? I'm not sure what the next 45 minutes are going to have entail for me, but let's continue on.
Yeah, I mean, what else can be said about it? Nobody needs to go through all these videos. They felt harassed.
I disagree. Actually, you probably should go through some of the videos to educate yourself on who you're talking about. At least do your research. That's what I would say. It seems disingenuous. It seems like you're portraying me as a person to your viewers and your fans, but you actually haven't sat down and done your own research on it. Evidently so, because you even got the wrong guy minute one.
I'm sure that they like to get feedback from the community, and I'm sure it's brought up, you know, just as a topic, but they are not getting advice or consultations from a fucking YouTuber.
They actually have asked me privately about a lot of things, so that is wrong, but I agree. And I always say it in my videos, which he would know if he watched the videos. I always say the following: listen, I'm not a developer. I don't know how to fix this shit. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm just giving my opinion.
You know, once again, it's something that he always points out is all of the videos he's made. You know, he's made a lot of Gears of War videos. There's a lot of them. But so what? It doesn't give you any more authority or influence.
Of course it doesn't.
Or right to harass people that work at the coalition.
He's just uttered the words. Why does making a load of videos give you the right to harass TC? When have I ever said that? Making videos gives me literally zero rights. I don't have... Just because I've made a YouTube video doesn't mean I can shit on TC in an actual form of harassment. No, but the point I was making, again, which he seems to have missed, was I've made a load of videos and I haven't been banned for my criticism in the past, so probably the criticism isn't what got me banned, because a lot of people were speculating, and still do on my channel. They say, oh, TC can't handle criticism, that's why you're banned. I disagree. I don't think at all I was banned for my criticism of the game. Not at all. He's saying his own opinion as if I've said it. Not once have I ever said making YouTube videos means I can shit on TC. Like, what? Always fine. Just a load of sighing, shaking his head.
I promise you, if you were to go through his videos, you would find something that you would say, you know, well, he would say, oh, I guess that's just ruffling feathers. Well, you know, when you ruffle a feather, it especially when, you know, it's the coalition, for instance, you know, what do you expect?
So you see what he said there again? He said, yeah, maybe if you went through his videos, you could find something that you could construe as harassment. Well, you're the fucking YouTuber, mate. You're the one making the statement. So say it with your chest out and do some research, mate.
If you have one positive interaction with somebody, I mean, anything you do after that can't possibly be harassment, right? Like, you know, something that happened months after whatever you're talking about.
Well, he's correct, yes. Making a video and having a developer say this is brilliant feedback doesn't mean that the next 25 videos are brilliant feedback. He's correct. But what he's not understanding, and what he's not getting because he doesn't watch my videos and he's not an avid viewer and he has no interest in actually getting to the crux of the issue, is my feedback continues in the same vein throughout my channel. So the only fair and logical conclusion you can come to is if one of those videos is deemed okay, the rest surely must be. Now, I agree There are nuances here and there, and maybe occasionally you cross the line and maybe occasionally you don't. Who knows? That's not for me to judge. But he's trying to paint this picture of like, oh, this guy did one good thing once and the rest of it has been harassment, and it's completely nonsensical. How I think that you could tweak some of the geometry. He just laughs at everything. Like, can you explain how making a forum post saying that I wish people would stop shitting on Panahu and the developers that made it, because I actually think it's a good map and I think we could help work on it. Can anyone explain why that is funny? I think he's laughing because he realizes, shit, there's actually nothing wrong with this and I'm just making an idiot out of myself, so I'm going to project that and now try to laugh at Z.
First of all, never do a video saying why I uninstalled your game.
No, wrong. I'll make whatever video I want. So here's the thing, right? I don't know if he just doesn't like my content or like him as a person and he's got the wrong person, but I will actually make whatever video I want. That video resonated without the whole community and all of the feedback was positive, and they said, you know what, you've hit the nail on the head. These are the reasons that you've uninstalled, and I agree, this is also the reasons that I've been playing less. It resonated not only with the 10,000 people that watched it on my channel, but the 3,000 people that saw it on the forum, the 500 likes, the comments. Listen to this as well. The forums are obviously heavily moderated, and this is a large thread. It was clearly seen by a lot of people, and I didn't receive a single infraction, warning, yo, you shouldn't speak like this. It was all well received. If I am a Gears of War channel and I want to tell my viewers, hey, these are the reasons you're no longer going to see the game on my channel, I can make that video. I don't need your permission to make a video, mate.
And don't tell anybody. I can't, like, I get on Twitter and there's always somebody that's uninstalled. And
yes, he's right. There is always somebody that's uninstalled. He's correct. And if he actually watched the video, he would know this. The video states, yes, I hate when people say they're uninstalling because we all know in a couple of weeks they'll be back playing the game. But this was a, hey, I'm uninstalling the game and I'm not playing the game until these things are fixed, or I'm moving on. And guess what? They weren't fixed, and I haven't played the game since. And this is clearly somebody that just doesn't like me, clearly just wants to have a free shot at shitting on me, and he's not putting in any single effort to watch the content, digest it, form a proper opinion. He's just literally going, this is what Z said. I'm not even going to comment on what Z said or formulate an opinion on it. Now everyone, listen to what I think of Z. That's what this video is. So let's move along. Let's move along to the next hit piece is done.
Wait. He's the one that uninstalled. All right? You tell us what game is better.
Yes, that's exactly what I've done. Again, this is somebody that doesn't watch my content. And somebody that has no comprehension skills, it seems. Because if he was actually to read that statement, he would understand that what I am saying is, next time you uninstall the game, don't just uninstall it in a rage and say, Gears is shit, I'm done, and then come back in 2 weeks and play it. If you're going to quit, give feedback on why you've quit, and then what you will also notice is the new game you start playing, you will see some elements of that new game you really, really enjoy, and you'll also see some elements that you don't enjoy, and you'll be like, hey, Gears of War actually has those elements, and I kind of miss it, and I'll return. There's nothing wrong with taking a break from a game to explore other games and find out what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. If the guy took any time to look at my content, he would realize that every time I take a break, I move on to say, play a Valheim, play a little bit of Horde, play some Arma 3, play some Path of Exile, play some Cyberpunk, some Hive Busters, some Call of Duty, some Dota. He would understand that taking a break and reflecting on what Gears gives you and what Gears doesn't give you is important. But once again, he's not interested in reading the statements. He's not interested in the video. He's just using this as an opportunity to shit on me with his own opinion. Let's hear what he's got to say.
What is this? And then again with the toxic...
Well, if you read it, mate, you would understand what it is. And yes, I am again with the toxic. Am I not allowed to voice my opinion when somebody gives me a death threat or somebody gives me abuse? This is where this whole argument falls. When they're the one making a 45-minute video shitting on somebody, you can't say anything back because it's their opinion. It isn't to make TC look good. I've done videos
Your
where
job?
I've highly praised the game. You can
What the
go through
fuck?
my channel. I don't think he understands it. My job as a content creator is not to make TC look good. My job and my responsibility is to make the best video I can that reflects the community and one that I want to make. They're a great developer, like say the Valheim developer. I'll praise them, just like I did with TC when they did the really cool Horde event. But I don't make videos specifically to praise them.
Let me explain something, okay? I personally know that the people that are in the TC Partner Program are not paid, and I don't count that as a sponsorship. I don't think...
Well, okay, so here we've got it, right? He doesn't count people that are in the TC partnership as paid. Well, technically maybe no money passes hands, but skins and early access content passes hands, which allows them to make content which in turn becomes money. That's kind of how it works. Many of these content creators will get free consoles, free processors, free gear, free trips. This is not payment. This is not sponsorship, but it is a way of saying, you keep doing these things that we like, we'll keep doing things for you. And if he can't understand that, and he honestly thinks that the massive Gears content creators are doing this all out of love, and there's not a single monetary incentive out of it, then he's just more deluded than I realized. And let me tell you this, there's nothing wrong in doing content for money. If they want to make Gears of War videos and get paid, absolutely more power to them. But let's not pretend that they're doing this out of the good of their heart and monetary incentive isn't in the back of their mind. Come on, don't be so naive.
To act like, you know, there's even a possibility of someone in his position being paid by the coalition to do content, it's just so...
No. Again, he's now trying to spin this as me attacking the TC partnership, which I actually have no problem with. I think that if you join the TC partnership and you make positive videos and you make their brand look good, you should be rewarded. And I'll stand by that. So when people come up to me and they say, oh, Shadows, all he does is make skin videos. Yeah, so what? Who cares if Shadow makes skin videos? He makes videos that people want to watch, people enjoy, and it's good for TC. It's mutual benefits. So he's trying to paint this image that, oh, GGZII, he's just mad that someone got a skin. I don't care. I actually think it's good that content creators get rewarded for their work. And he's trying to spin it into this weird thing that's, I don't even know.
Out of reality, it's unbelievable. Nobody's getting paid to do Gears content. Nobody. Everybody...
Well, of course they are. You're sat there right now because you're streaming Gears or whatever you're doing. There's 1,000 subs there or something, $500 there. You make YouTube videos. People make YouTube videos through the form of making Gears content. People do earn money from making Gears content. Now, I'm not saying TC hands them the check. Not saying that at all. But the idea that every single Gears content creator that exists is literally only doing this for passion doesn't pay the bills, mate. And nor would I expect anyone to continually make content if it's not monetarily viable. They should be looking at ways to make their content monetarily viable and sustainable, and I don't begrudge anybody that makes money off Gears content. So this is where he's got it wildly wrong. He's just trying to paint me as this like angry, like he's so like, no, I think it's brilliant that people like Shadows make a living from the game. I think it's fantastic. You should want more of that. The more people that can sustain off Gears, it's better for you. It's better for the players. So I'm not sure where he's going with this.
There's no one else getting paid by the coalition to not critique them, okay?
That's not what I'm saying. Okay. So he said, you're wrong. There's nobody else getting paid by TC to not critique them. When did I say that? What these people do is they listen to your argument, they spin it, and they throw it back at you in a way that makes it sound like you've said something that you haven't, to make their argument stronger. So before we wrap this up, he also goes on to say that the Gears of War community, everyone isn't toxic. He's got this so wrong. He's like, Shadow's YouTube channel isn't toxic. my YouTube channel isn't toxic. Then he names some other guys, he's like, their communities are really friendly. That's missing the point. Obviously, I'm not saying every single piece of content in the world related to Gears of War is toxic. There's an element of like hyperbole of like when you say, oh god, everyone's so toxic in this scene, that literally doesn't mean everybody. And if you can't separate the difference there, then I don't know what to tell you. It's like if you walked into a room and it was full of dog shit and you said, god, the room is completely full of shit, don't go in there. And then somebody walks in and says, oh, well, actually, there's a small gap on the top left-hand side that isn't covered in shit, so technically it's not full of shit. You are wrong. Like, there's a clear difference between saying everyone is so toxic and, you know, the thing that he's trying to draw the conclusion to. Clearly, when you say the word everyone, you don't literally mean every single person on the planet that plays and makes Gears of War content is toxic. This is such a stretch of the opinion, and it's just another way to try and make someone look like they've said something that they haven't. So there we have it. That's the entire video debunked. I honestly have no words to say after that. Let me know what you think.